Wow, BlaXit family, BlaXit family, BlaXit family. How are you? It's been a long time. This is a surprise live that I promised you. I have been off for a while. Um, Hang on, I'm just advertising it so people can know that we're here because I haven't been live for a long time. So I'm not expecting anyone to join us. I just wanted to touch base and to put this out as promised. Please see surprise live. Sorry, I'm just typing as I'm talking, which is quite rude. But how are you? How have you been? It's been a while. There's been a lot happening in the background of BlaXit, but I haven't been at the foreground. So I wanted to touch base with you and to say sorry for my silence. But I actually needed a break. So I worked like for nearly 3 years non-stop without a holiday. So I had to do that. Plus, I was writing the BlaXit book. So Solo Soul, Shalom, doing well. How are you, Queen? Yeah, I'm well. Thank you so much. I just really wanted to touch base and to say thank you all for staying loyal to BlaXit as well. I know that I haven't been posting as much as I used to, and so just wanted to say, that I'm still on it. Okay, I'm still on the automatic citizenship campaign. For everybody that wrote to me and said they saw the article in the Voice newspaper, I just want to say thank you to Sinai for that article about BlaXit. And I also wanted to clarify about BlaXit. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Welcome, welcome. I'm Yancho Kajabi, also known as Juliet, and I repatriated back to Africa, and I live in Africa. I lived here for almost 5 years and absolutely loved it. Touched base in Africa for the first time about 30 years ago. And so I just really wanted to dispel a lot of the myths that people have told you about Africa. As you know, a lot of things are happening in Africa right now. And we talk about Africa like it's a country, but it's not. It's a continent made up of 54 different nations and countries. And each of those are unique and individual. And as we all know, Africa was carved up by some Europeans during the Berlin Conference. But we have always been our own empires. We've always had our own empires, and we mustn't forget that. I see myself as an African woman. I was born in the UK. So if you're new to the channel, this is where I left. I left England. I got fed up of the racism, fed up of the discrimination, just fed up, just absolutely fed up of the way in which I saw my Black brothers being treated, the discrimination that I was seeing as well. So it says something about messages are held for review, show activity. Don't know what that means, but I'll just press anything. So I'm sorry if I pressed the wrong button. But yeah, it's just got fed up of it. I got fed up of, always seeing us on the unfortunate side, always seeing us on the downside. And then the few that do, I'm sorry to say it, but, there are sellouts. The sellouts that are, say, oh, I've never experienced racism. I've never experienced discrimination. They wouldn't even know what it was if it bit them on the nose. And the reason for that is because, they live in a pretense in life and living with their eyes closed, or they're colorblind, don't see color. So this is a lot of the things that I experienced. And I saw firsthand racism with my children as well. And when I realized this is going down the generations, you know what? We don't need to be there. We got a choice. We don't need to be there. Africa is amazing. We don't need to be there. We can, make decisions ourselves. We've got a choice. We can grow our own food if we want to. We can build our house and have no mortgage if we want to. We have a choice. And so that was one of the things that I realized. And so I've been coming back and forth with my family. And, I realized that we have so much to learn, and we have so much to give. And there is so much for us to also have in Africa. It's not just, for Europeans to come here and rape and pillage and colonize and take. It's not right. What about us? And our ancestors left a legacy. So BlaXit is looking at, our reparations, our also, our reparations in many, many ways. Reparations for me isn't just financial, but it is also our restoration back to our nation where our ancestors came from. So BlaXit is about your return to Africa. I know many people have been, a little bit curious about, what is BlaXit? BlaXit is your exit, yeah, the global black exit from the West back to the best, and that is Africa. And this is our legacy. And there's so much happening right now in Africa. Africa is finding its feet, finding its way, finding its liberation from those colonial enslavers. And it's high time that we start to support and back Africa. And I just want to say, I don't know how to get the comments. I'm really sorry, guys. I think I pressed the wrong button. Let me just say hi and see if that will free things up. I think I pressed the wrong thing, so I apologize, everyone. I'm trying to see your comments. Good evening, Drake G. Good evening, Liani Resurrection. Good evening, Solo Soul. Good evening, Queen R. And good evening, Farouk Salam. And peace back to you. So, yeah, I've been gone, but I've not been quiet, that's for sure. And I've not been... I've not just been sitting down. I've been really, really busy. BlaXit reformed and regrouped, and we've been doing a lot of different things. We also have been working still within repatriation and finding repatriation lands and opportunities. So we've been doing that, been working really hard, and we have some great opportunities. So don't think that because you're not hearing from me that those opportunities don't exist. So we've been making opportunities in Gunjur, which is an amazing place. It's a coastal town, and also the place where there's going to be the biggest new city here in the Gambia, and also the new eco development that's there as well. So we've been doing a lot of work there, and we've also spoken about that, which is important. Hi, Willie Rivers. Hey, long time. Nice to see you there. So there's lots and lots going on. Sherwin, Tony, reparations I want is for Africa to unite and to become the most powerful continent in the world. Yeah, keep sending me these comments. I love them. Yes. Yeah. The thing is that we have the potential. We have the potential to do this. And every nation and every country has its own issues. I had someone, approach me and talk about internet problems or talk about crime issues or what have you. Yes, every country has its own issues. And yes, there are countries with fast internet, South Africa, Ghana. In fact, I'm going to make a program about it because a lot of people are working online now. So I will talk about that. People talk about crime. Now, if you had the same investment that America and England have had from, 400 years of free labor from us and our ancestors, then of course you would have the same law enforcement and the same facilities and infrastructure. We don't, because they've robbed us. So it doesn't, we haven't started on the same playing field. You can't start 400 years ahead and expect us to be in the same level. It's not going to happen. And of course, crime comes from poverty most of the time. And so you cannot underdevelop a country. I mean, all of this money they've been putting into Africa, World Bank, IMF, where is it? and Africa shouldn't be poor for the amount of things they've been putting into Africa and the amount of things they've been taking out of Africa. What they take out, it supersedes anything they put in. And so, we need our stuff back. That's why I say about reparations. We need our stuff back, everything. And I really admire, the president of Barbados, Maya Motley. She's doing amazing, isn't she? I really love what she's doing. She's really trailblazing and she's raising it. She's raising it. Also, the president of Ghana recently in the UN, he raised it about reparations. It's about time. And then I watched, I think it was the president of Guyana as well. And I didn't like how them people handled him. The journalists handled him. I don't know if you saw that. Hi, Ken. I don't know if you saw that. And I know, like I said, I've been absent. I've been writing my book, also organizing new places for you to repatriate to, also expanding as well. And of course here. So we have like opportunities in Brikama. So we've expanded the places that you can live in. So we've been working on those, and we've actually been creating them within our own portfolio. So we are actually, the ownership of the land is within the company. So we've changed the way we've done things. We've changed a lot of things around, and also new management. So amazing things are happening. It's really amazing what's happening in Africa now. It's exciting. But the one thing that I wanted to talk to you is about, there is something else coming. If you remember COVID-19, yeah, something else is coming. So if you want to plan to get out this time, you need to do it as of now. And I wanted to tell you this. That's why I also did this emergency live, because I got some information, and something's going on. Okay, there's something being planned. So I don't want to say too much, because obviously it's dangerous to do so. But I just want to say to you, just think, okay, and listen to what I'm saying, is that something is being planned, like literally, yeah. If you thought COVID-19 was bad, this is far worse. And so if you can get out, if you can leave, please, contact us. We can help you to repatriate. That's what we do. We can help you with that. BlaXit specializes in inward investment back into Africa, and you are that investment back into Africa. We need you. We need you. We need you to come and help rebuild the infrastructure. We need you to come and reinvest back into Africa. It is your home. We need you to come and unite Africa, because we need to unite the diaspora and continental Africans. We need to unite. We need to find a peaceful solution moving forward, because other countries unite, and that's how they make it. And we need to do the same. The diaspora is global. We're all over the world, from Brazil to everywhere, Panama, you name it. Across the company, Malaysia, everywhere. And so, you know what? I've got a pot on the fire. Sorry. Seth, I've just remembered. Seth? Kath? No one's hearing me. I left the pot on the fire. And sorry, Seth, can you turn the pot off, please? I forgot. Everybody remember Seth? Say hi. Hi. So yeah, someone just wrote a comment. The worst nightmare for USA African Americans is to have a good relationship with Africa, but we have to. We have to. Everybody knows about the automatic citizenship campaign. We have to. We have to. The thing is that one of the things that is going to go is going to be your access to, let's just say, organic food. And here you can grow what you eat and eat what you grow, which is really important. You need that. For example, if you're dependent on going to grocery stores or going to shops to get your food, that is where anything can happen, because they control your food supply. In Africa, they make you feel like there's a lot of food insecurity. I haven't experienced that. And I've been to a lot of countries, but I have not experienced that in Africa. Far from it. In fact, I've seen a lot of food. Pull weight because of it too. So I just want to say, and I wanted to come on to say, firstly, please don't, lose touch with us. Keep in touch with us, okay? And because you don't see me online all the time doesn't mean I'm not behind the scenes working and doing stuff. I really am. I'm still hot on the agenda. I'm still working for us to come back. I came back, and let me tell you my story, okay? So I came back. I'm just going to talk in a personal way now, just talking about my own personal experience, so I can share with you my story. Basically, when I was living in UK, I faced a lot of racism and a lot of discrimination. I had employment tribunals at work. I was treated differently. When I was at school, I was bullied, terribly bullied. I faced a lot of racism from, I'd say from nursery all of the way up, just because of the color of my skin. Not the content of my character or anything like that, just being judged because of the color of my skin. And I saw it happening to other people, and I saw great injustice, great injustice. I saw people being arrested for crimes they didn't commit, of being, accused of crimes they didn't commit just because they were black. I saw people being arrested on the street, not for any other reason that because they were black, they fitted their MO of being a criminal. I saw, children being bullied in schools and having sometimes, severe physical attacks on their person because of racism, and sometimes being hospitalized because of racism. I remember even before I was leaving, there was like 88,000 complaints, racism complaints that were made from various schools around the country. So can you imagine? So I watched and I saw that. I saw the discrimination in HR and employment, and I had experience working in HR, so I could actually, talk from experience. I could see how policies were applied differently to different people and how people were judged differently. And it upset me terribly. It upset me terribly to see this. It also upset me because, you'll be treated differently when you go shopping, and you'll be treated differently when you go to apply for things. You're talked just differently in a bank. It was just too much. And so anyway, I decided at the time with my family that I just wanted to go. I came to Gambia for the first time in 2011. That's actually when BlaXit started, the BlaXit channel, if you like. If you go to the about part on the BlaXit on the channel on YouTube, you will see like when we started. I think it was the 25th of April, 2011. So BlaXit's been around for a long time, yeah, but it was rebranded and brought out. But I was just showing people what it was like when I was coming on holiday to Africa. But then through Woda Maya, thankfully, Woda Maya then helped to bring it together and helped us to brand and to create it as, if you like, a vehicle to help you to return. So I'm always thankful to Woda Maya for encouraging me to do that. And then we pulled together a really great team to working together. And that has been amazing so far. So I always want to give thanks to everybody that's worked with us and to everybody that's still working with us. Especially a big shout out to Perspective, to KD. Thank you so much. He's been an absolute lifeline and has helped us with the website and various other bits and pieces and new programs that we're working on. We're bringing you new content. And so I want to know if there's any questions. You can ask me anything as long as it's not personal. Sorry, I wouldn't mind some water. So you can ask me anything as long as it's not personal. I'm quite happy to ask if you want to ask about repatriation or Gambia or any of the other countries that we've been to. So there's also a lot happening in different countries in West Africa. There's a lot of excitement going on. That's mine. So I'm just trying to read your CME one. I just wanted to finish your comment. I didn't understand it. So yeah, so the book anyway is coming along really well. I tell you, to any author who's written a book, McConnell and everybody else, I take my hat off to you. It is hard. It is so challenging. It really is challenging. And I think because there's so much that I want to pack in to this book. I want to talk about everything that I did. Hi, Ebony Maroon. Greetings to you. Thank you. And greetings to everybody in the chat. I wanted to just whoosh everything into this book. and all of my experiences, also here being in Africa. And a lot of people ask me, like, what challenges did you face when you first came to Africa to live? Well, the first challenge that you face is actually leaving England, because all of us have these issues about security and living in a secure environment. And so people make you feel that like Africa is insecure. And I'm going to talk like country by country. Each country is different. I think the most insecure country, they said, is El Salvador, according to the internet. So it's not actually in Africa, but they make you feel as though Africa is, a scary place when it's not. It really isn't. It really, really isn't. I live my life every day just like you do. And go shopping just like you do, go out for meals to the restaurants just like you do, go to the cinema just like you do. It's really, you want to see the book cover? Do you want to design it for me? Yeah, I'm working on the content. I haven't got to the animation and photography yet. The content has been hard enough. Hey, Tuko, Pamoja, welcome. How are you? Yeah. I haven't got there yet. I'm really just focusing on the content. And like I said, I wanted to jam everything in. I wanted to like start from my experience of leaving. What were the triggers? What were the motivators? And what were the psychological barriers that I was facing? And one of them was obviously friends and family, people not understanding. Some people think, oh, if you're going to Africa, you must be crazy. Everyone, in Africa is actually trying to get out of Africa. So why are you going to Africa? And I said, for peace. A lot of people leave Africa because of financial security issues as economic migrants. And if you're coming here and you want to build your home, you bought your little piece of land for however much you paid, and you built your house. So then you don't have rent, you don't have a mortgage. It's a different kind of security. You're not depending on that mortgage. And of course, to build in Africa is much cheaper than to buy a house in Europe or America even. So tell me about the UNHCR resettlement sponsorship program, please, CME. I'm going to put my email address here in the oops. Oh my gosh, what have I done? Seth, help! Sorry guys, I've done something to the screen and I can't see what I've done. So just forgive me for a sec while I try and fix this. Seth! Oh, I've lost you. I'm really sorry. Oh, what have I done? Excuse me. Sorry. I'm just trying to fix this, but the mouse seems to be going everywhere. Basically, I'd like you to tell me. I just want to put my email, and now it's making all kinds of noises. I've opened up all this stuff on the screen, so I can't actually see. Can you close all this for me? I can't even see the screen. Everything's just opened up by itself. Thanks. Seth is my go-to man, as you can see. I don't know what all this stuff is. Have you got another mouse that you can just plug in to make it easier to manage? Thanks, and that one too. Sorry for this, everyone. Computer just went a bit mad. There we are. Can you maximize this? We're back again. Thanks to good old Seth. Can I have a glass of water there, please, Seth? Don't mind, please, love. Thank you. Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind, can you tell us all about the UNHCR resettlement sponsorship program? So I'm just about to put my, that's what I was trying to do before when everything went mad. Oh my gosh, it's happened again. Seth, I just want to put my email address in. I don't know what's going on. Cancel this. Oh, I just want to type my email address and all these things keep opening, all these pop-ups. And it's not really what I want. I don't know if you can get rid of them for me, please, because I can't see the screen at all. Thank you. Can you just put the email address in there? Info BlaXit Home. info. Hang on a minute, don't go anywhere. At BlaXitHome.com. There we go. So you do it. This computer is incredibly sensitive. I think we need to use another mouse. Because you see all these things are opening up. You see? Exactly. He's having the same problem that I did. You see? So anyway, so tell us all about this program. I'm just posting my email address if we can, that is. Done it? No. Now you've got all kinds of coding on the side. Oh dear. Now it's telling me the weather's partly cloudy. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to do. I'm not going to touch it for now, but I will be able to post in a second. So please forgive me for the delay. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the computer here. It seems to have got its own mess going on. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about the barriers that we face, and one of them was psychologically actually being able to leave, because you get a dependency syndrome. I don't know if you understand. Also, white savior syndrome, and the dependency syndrome is like, you know, how can I leave to an uncertain future? But there are ways to mitigate that. And that is by going and researching and finding out for yourself and then seeing what works. So we kind of set up like a shop and another form of business. And that is like what we decided to do. And I was making ice cream. I was loving it, actually. And I was enjoying myself. Yeah, the citizenship campaign is going well. You know, politically, things are a bit slower than I'd like them to be. But nonetheless, we have made some great strides and also some good contacts. But as they say in Jamaica, I don't want to put my mouth on myself. You understand? And talk too soon. And so I'm just, ooh. Sorry, all madness is happening here on the computer. And so I wanted to maximize on this one, I think. Let you go away. This computer's got its own, this is a new one and we don't know what we're doing. I don't know. It's very strange, isn't it? Just try and do something. Sorry, everyone. Just close that X. Oh, now do that one. Let's see if we can get another X. I don't know. So we're working with only a partial screen. But so yeah, I was just saying, let me just focus on what I was talking about and stop getting distracted. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is the fact that you have like a dependency on the job. And so before I left, one of the things that I did was to almost become like self-employed, or I kind of was in a way, actually. And so I decided that I was going to create my own job, and I was facing like a lot of racism where I was working before. So I decided, and remember I was in Essex, in the deepest realms of Essex, and I went to school in Essex. So people say, "What? Why was you in Essex?" That's because my parents moved there, and so we were kind of raised in that area. So Essex is really what we knew, and so so that's kind of your familiarity, you know, that comfort zone. And so leaving your comfort zone, which is leaving England, you've got to have great motivation. But when you come to Africa and you feel freedom, that becomes your motivation. That's what became my motivation. That's what inspired me to leave, is that I don't have to live that reality. I had a choice. And what gave me that choice was actually acquiring land. Just the land, just the land. When I came here with a group of people in 2016, I'll give you a joke. So I came here with a group. It was a group, I think it was 27 of us that came. And in fact, you know, I'm really sorry. Let me just say condolences to Jabril, who recently passed, who was also a part of the group that came to the Gambia. So, you know, I just want to say condolences to you and your family. I'm really sorry that you didn't make it, you know, you didn't make it back. Very sad about that, because he also invested and has, you know, his homestead here as well. So very sad that he didn't make it to come and develop that and take it one step further. So there was a group of us anyway. I was so excited because we were doing like repatriation trips. That was way back in 2016 from England. So this is not something new to me. I just want everybody to know that I've been a Pan-Africanist as a child. Like, you know, I'm die hard. Like, and so when we came, I took everybody to this to the compound that I had bought, and one of them, and I was so excited. I was so happy, and said to everybody, "Come look," you know. And they just looked, and they were just like, "You know, this is just a piece of grass, even green grass. Why are you so excited?" And I was saying, "No, because my dining room's going to be there, my swimming pool's going to be there." I started to plan. You know, this is going to be my pool house. This is going to be the guest house. This is going to be the front bedroom, back bedroom. I've got my plan. And so it started in my head. Before the money came, it started in my head. So it was almost like manifesting, you know, like you have a vision board and you work on that vision board. Well, I had my vision board, and my vision board was Africa homeward bound. My vision board was freedom. And so, you know, that was what I worked on. And I thought about it. Every day at work, I kept like a Delasi note under my keyboard, so I would keep focused as to what I was working for. I did extra jobs to bring in extra money because I wanted to be focused on what I was trying to achieve. So I want to say some hellos here. Yeah. Iwa Pele movement, peace and blessings, family. Thanks for keeping it real all the time. I love you guys. I love you guys. And I should say kings and queens. Yeah. Princes and princesses. Allow that now. Yeah. Benny, Stockholm syndrome. Also, I think it's easier when you have a partner or a friend or family around you to make the transition easier. No, I think it is. I think it is, because like, even for me, like there's certain things now that I'm experiencing, like, you know, having to pay like full school fees on your own, you know, having like a father who's only seen his son like twice in nearly a year and a half. You know, it's hard. It's hard. I'm not going to pretend to you, you know, that it's easy. You know, him not paying maintenance fees or paying towards school fees and leaving you to do everything basically on your own. It's hard. But I'm managing. You know, I have got support, and I've got a good support network, you know. But you have to manage. And this is what I'm saying. You're talking about doing it on your own. I am on my own. Well, not on my own. I've got a support network, like I said. But create that support network. Create that support network for yourself. Yeah. Our son is 12 and going to secondary school. So, you know, it's now like different. I'm a single parent of that child. But, you know, like I said, I have a good support network, and I have great partner. I have a great partner. So what it is that you have to now, you know, develop and grow as a person and realize that you can do it on your own. Whether you're married, whether you're single, whether you're separated, whether you're divorced, you can do it. You can do it. People also worry about money and how they're going to manage financially. Yes, things have gone up worldwide. Yes, I'm not going to pretend, I'm not going to lie to you and say that things haven't increased. They have all over the world. I saw one woman come here with $1,000 and make it. $1,000 she came with. She was just determined to be here. I don't even know, like, for example, I asked her, she stayed with a family. She stayed with a family and helped the family and started to teach English. And you know, she survived. She survived, and she's happier, and she's supported. So there's not just one way to do it. There's more than one way to do it. You know, we can do this. We can do this. You know, how much is land? Land is not that expensive here still. So you can still go and get a parcel of land, you know, for like less than what, £3,000, £5,000, depending on where you're buying. Of course, if you want to go beachside with beach view, then you're talking, you know, a lot of money, right? But if not, then you can get that. We can even help you to do that. We can arrange that for you. We have like land in Gunjur, even in Mango Paradise, which is amazing. Yeah, we have also roadside in Gunjur. It's not actually on the road, it's just behind, like literally 1 minute's drive, second compound in. There's land, you know, in Brikama. There's land. And once you have your land, you have your place. I know people that live in tents. Let me say, Benny Maroon, thank you. CMA1, thank you. Reparation Nation, thank you. Yeah. Nature Fruits Farm, thank you. DC, thank you. It says, thank you for your message, Julia. I want to move to Africa and live better. How can I get started? Email me. I put my email, so just scroll back up and get it, okay? I don't want to chance this whole computer going crazy again on me. So please scroll up and get it. If not, just listen to my voice. info@blaxithome.com. info@blaxithome.com. Drop me a line and I'll go through the process. That's why I'm writing the book. That's why I'm writing the book, because I want to show you the process that I followed. And so I said to you, the first obstacle you're going to have is a mental obstacle, is the fear factor. The fear factor, oh my gosh, and then leaving your friends and family. How do you divorce yourself from them to live a different life? And I realized everyone's living their life. They're doing what they want with their life. So why can't I live my life too? Yeah, I had objections. I had, you know, close family members close to me with objections. I had my own tears. You know, where, you know, close family members decided to stay behind. I had my own tears, my own heartbreak, but I also had my own vision. And it was that vision that kept me focused. It kept me focused. I had my own heartbreak too, you know? I had my own heartbreak too. But at the end of the day, you just got to stay focused. And you've got to, you know, keep that love for Africa alive in your heart. And so everybody's journey is different. And so what I've been doing is talking to different people about their journeys, and particularly people who weren't financially, let's say that they weren't financially well off when they came here. So they weren't able to build and stuff like that. And I wanted to find out their stories and how they survived. And some people like stayed in like almost like a commune. I didn't even know they existed. So, well, it's not I didn't know they existed. I didn't know where they were. Let's just say that, you know. And some people went and they were helping and volunteering with different organizations and getting free accommodation that way. And some people came obviously with finances and were able to purchase their land and build their homes and settle quite easily. So in CME1, CHEMS said the same in DC, Destination Africa, Destination Fulfill. Reparation Nation said, keep up the good work, thank you. We're fighting against racism daily. UNHCR is resettlement sponsorship program. And could you get to shed the fear of leaving? Yeah, I did, because they were after me, the racists. You know, if I told you how I left, yeah, my home, it was on the back of a car with a blanket over my head. in a car with what you call it, darked out windows, because of the racism and the racist comments that I was getting after exposing the racism that happened to my son. I don't know if people knew, but in 2018, both my sons, I don't know what was happening. It was like a height of racism, faced so much racism and discrimination at school. And my eldest son at the time, it was like his last day of school. And they were supposed to write like farewell wishes on their shirt. And on his shirt, they wrote the N word, go back to the jungle, and coon like 3 times. So of course I wasn't having it. I was upset. I was mad. I was mad to tears. I was so upset. And I was really hurt. And then I saw my own people. Can you imagine your own people who should be supporting you? Yeah. Who should understand your pain, going online and saying, oh, what a performance. Are they mad? Do they know what it's like when your child is hurting and there's nothing that you can do? But maybe they're not a parent. Maybe they don't understand. Maybe they're ignorant, or just maybe, like I said, they're a sellout or patsy. You know, I see things about me online I didn't even know. To be honest with you, I'm like, it happened, it did, you know? And I didn't even know about it. I didn't know anything about it. So, you know, unfortunately, a lot of people make their living out of selling misinformation. I think the internet used to be like, the internet was like, you know, it was a web of information. But now it's like, it's the web of defamation, disinformation, and, you know, misinformation too, but definitely defamation. And this is a shame because, you know, we should use this tool to help us to galvanize ourselves, to unify ourselves, to build ourselves, not tear each other down. And it's hard because even as a YouTuber, it spills out into your real life. I had to issue, can you imagine? I had to issue a restraining order against another YouTuber. Can you imagine? Do you know how hard that is to do? To another sister. But harassment was so bad. I didn't come onto YouTube for this. I came onto YouTube to help you to come back to Africa. That's why I'm here. I want you to wake up happy. I've had happy and sad moments here. As you know, you might know my story, but ultimately I'm happy. You know, I've seen crisis. I've seen terrible things. And, you know, even at the moment, I'm like, someone very close to me, you know, was involved in an incident and, you know, was very, very badly injured. And I'm so sad for what happened to them. But I still have to go on. I still have to go on. And so we have to keep moving on. We've been badly injured. We all have been badly injured, but we still have to keep moving on. And there is not our home. It doesn't matter what you tell me. It does not feel 100,000,000% like home, like you belong. This is just my opinion, so I'm not forcing it on you, but I never felt like it was home. I never really felt like I belong. I felt like othered, as I call it, like you're the others. Yeah. And they always ask you, so where are you from? No, obviously. You'll say, oh, Forest Gate. No, your other home. Yeah. Oh, which one? Because that's where I was born. Yeah. No, like your parents. No, your heritage, your nationality. I said, oh, okay. I said, I'm African. You don't sound African, but I am African, and I am very proud to be African. And my parents, they were born in the Caribbean, okay? But why is it always necessary for them to, do you ask where they're from? Because when you see they're European and they have a paler shade of white, you don't ask them where they're from. Because you know it's the Caucasus Mountains. But I mean, the thing is that yes, Seth is my asset. Seth is my lifeline. You know, I don't know what I would do without Seth. I love Seth to bits. It says, no, not bother with them, sis. Live your life, yeah, like it's golden. Through adversity, keep moving forward. That's what Benny Maroon said, and I agree. And the thing is that living in Africa is golden. That's a great analogy. It's a great analogy because when you come here, life. Sorry, hang on. No glass, no glass. You have to excuse me, okay? Steph, just put the bottle down on the table. Thank you, bro. So, I was asked a question: how did I overcome it? Like I said, through tears. But when the racism started to hit me, and the comments started, terrible comments telling me that I was a piece of sh, on the side of a pavement, pictures with people holding guns. Remember that we had done some protests against racism outside the school. So, they started to target us. And it just got really bad, really bad, to the extent that, I was receiving death threats. So I said, you know what, I don't need to be here. I just don't need to be here. And I didn't want that especially for our younger son. It was just, my youngest son, I didn't want him to have to go through that again. No way. And so bringing him to Africa has been a really good move. In terms of his confidence, he's grown in confidence. His intelligence, everything has been, amazing, totally amazing environment. Also, having those family visits. So your children and family get to experience Africa too. So when you go, you also leave a trail and other people can follow. So in a way, it's a really good experience. Yeah. I know some ads might run shortly because when we were preparing this program, I think I'm not sure which button we pressed. So, but like I said, I'll still be here on the other end of the adverts if you choose to watch them. Okay. So I think they're not running for very long anyway. So one of the things that helped me to overcome coming to Africa was actually going on YouTube and watching channels like BlaXit. There wasn't many at the time, to be fair. But I remember when I met one of the YouTubers that was a Gambian YouTuber, and I met her on the beach, and I was like, I've been watching you. You've been my lifeline, And I hope that BlaXit is also a lifeline, and for other people. I really want to finish this book. This is my determination. I've had my head down in this book writing. That's why you haven't even seen me online, because I want to finish this book. Or, anything happens to me, I want to finish this book. And so that was hard. The packing, the shipping, the physical side of it was hard. The financial planning, putting things together, having a plan for when you got here, that was hard. In terms of just ensuring that you didn't have too much to go into the container. We also shipped vehicles and so on and so forth, because we had like a backup plan to run buses to Basse and local buses in Kaloli. So we kind of had a backup plan. And also it was also difficult because we were gathering things. So we had gone on to like sites like I think it was Free Cycle, other places where they were giving out lots of different things that we could bring to Africa, that we could help communities. And so we bought bikes, we bought lots of things. So that all requires work, but it's worthwhile. It's worthwhile. Every single step we took was worthwhile. And it wasn't just about the packing, because you have to get rid of so much stuff and you don't realize how much junk you have. It's like you have a skip and it's like you need another skip. You don't realize how much stuff you actually compile that you don't need. And so then you had the stuff that's valuable that you can also sell. So, you balance things out and you work things out. We're going to keep what you're going to get rid of. And I think that is what coming to Africa is. It's also about a shedding of your skin. of knowing what you're going to get rid of. And you're going to be starting a new one, a fresh one. And so the mental aspect and letting go of that insecurity is the hardest part. Once you're on that plane, hey, and you arrive, oh my gosh, it's upwards and onwards. Yeah, okay, so you have to clear your container. Okay, so you have to have it delivered to your wherever you're staying. Okay, so you have to unpack again. And those are all like hard things. You have to set up your business, or if you're going to a job, if you've already planned a job, whatever it is. Some people here have gone to work in schools as teachers. There are people that didn't just come and set up a business. Some people have got employment here, you know. In fact, someone who I know quite well is doing a fantastic job working in a school here, a private school. So everybody has, their own set of determinations as to what they want and their own skill set. But just living here gives you the zest to live. It also makes you more healthy. When I was in England, I was very, very unhealthy. And to be honest with you, I suffered sometimes with seasonal adjustment disorder, SAD, because of the darkness. It used to make me feel depressed, literally. I used to really struggle with the cold as well, and the coldness of the people. Kwame, my love, how are you? Nice to see you. Thank you. Yeah. And, but no matter where you come from, as long as you're Black, you're an African. And that is it. And there's so many different countries you can go to. But the main thing that I think is overcoming that. But right now, you have to make plans. Something is coming. I wish I could say more, but something is coming. And it's worse than the last one. The last pandemic. This is worse. So if you think that your rights were curtailed, your right to fly, your right to move, listen, this whole zoning thing is out. You don't even understand. I'm telling you, it's coming. So if you don't want to be there, plan to get out. Yeah, info@blaxithome.com. Plan to get out. Why don't we all team together and build a commune or something? You understand? I got land. Let's build together. Let's grow together. Let's do something together. But let's create something so we have a safe house. We have somewhere that we can go to. Other people do it. Why can't we? Why can't we trust each other? We can do this. I can do this. Yeah, and schooling. Let me tell you about schooling now. Schooling, there are private schools here. So for a lot of children, you can go to a private school and the fees are much less. It depends on which school you go to be fair. Some are more expensive, or some are like on par with England, and some are far less. So it really does depend. I mean, when he was in junior school, I think it was like 11,000. What's 11,000 in English? You see, now I can't even remember pound conversion. It was like 11,000 a term. What's 11,000? So 7,000. 7,000 is £100, I think. Hang on. And yeah, let me just break it down. It was 11,000 a term in his last school. Divided by, I think it's 70 is the rate. Oops, 70. Yeah, 157. It's like 157 pounds a term it was in his previous school. So it was still quite reasonable, considering. But it all depends on where you go and what you want and the standards that you want for your child. So there's that to also contend with. Transport, as you know, here you have your local buses, you have your local taxis. And also if you drive, as you know, rainy season, it gets really muddy. So if you are going to bring a car, bring a 4x4, that's for sure. Hey, Kath, say hi. Hello. Let everybody know how you're doing. Huh? Let everybody know how you're doing. Say hi. You haven't seen BlaXit Family for a long time.
Yeah.
So you're in secondary school now. Not just anybody to school, but you can let them know how you're getting on. You're making faces. How you getting on?
I'm doing good in school.
You're doing good in school? You liking it?
Yes, I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah. So, how are you finding like your extracurricular activities like karate and marathon?
Yeah.
Well, everything good?
Yeah.
Okay, so there you have it. So there's the child review from Cap. Go and do your homework. I love you. Okay, so basically, yeah, let's just stay focused. Right now, if you look at what's going on in Gabon, if you look at what's going on in Niger, if you look at what's going on in Burkina Faso, people are saying bye bye, colonizer. Okay, bye bye, colonizer. Africa's coming back to its own, and we need to come back to our own. Indians go back to India, Chinese go back to China, although many of them are coming to Africa, to be fair, right? But anyway, that's another story. You understand, Europeans go back to Europe, Jews go to Israel. Like, come on now, Africans should be coming back to Africa, and a whole program needs to be sorted for us. They, I heard this talk about, oh, the sixth region diaspora. Where's my papers? Where's my papers? So let's be real. Things do need to change, and we do need to infiltrate our own, but we don't need their systems. Okay, that's another thing. If the Western capitalist system is not working for Africa, Africa doesn't need to keep it. You have a choice. You have a choice. There are African nations, European nations, Caribbean nations like Barbados that said, bye-bye, royal family, don't need you anymore. And so we're now saying, don't need you anymore to the colonialists either. Sorry. Oh, okay, I'll be back soon. Yeah. So, fortunately, I have a visitor, so I have to go. But what I'd like to say is that I probably didn't stay on topic today. I've jumped all over the place because I've been reading your comments. And yeah, it's important to learn our local languages. I'm not as fluent as I'd like to be honest with you. I am working on it. I'm not going to show off. Yeah, rent can be yearly most of the time. It can be yearly. Some places do monthly though, but it's not that common. It's usually a year in advance. But there are places that do take it monthly. I used to let people stay with me in my guest house, but after the last guest was so ungrateful and so ungracious, she put me off for life. We'll be doing that again. When people take your kindness for weakness, oh my goodness, and then take it like 100%, down the toilet path. Oh, some people's mentality is in the gutter, and unfortunately, when you come to Africa, try and leave that wherever you come from and come with a different mentality. It will really help you. Come with a really positive, can-do mentality. We don't need to come to Africa to rip ourselves down. We don't need to come to Africa to rip other people down. We come to Africa to try and thrive and survive. I've been keeping it real with you and telling you all the truth because it needs to be said, and we need to fix up. Brothers, you need to love and protect the sisters. Sisters, we need to see what we can do, for our brothers too. We have to, support them too, but we need to unite. And if one relationship fails, it doesn't mean that another one can't succeed. Okay? Because one marriage fails, it doesn't mean that another one can't succeed. Everybody's got their own journey. And for me, like I said, I was always loyal and faithful. And so, I that's my personality type, and I will continue to be because that's just how I am, despite what people might think or say. So, but, as my old grandma used to say, yeah, nobody know what happened to your buggy, you understand? And nobody hand your dirty knickers out that door. So, I've got nothing to hide. And I know I was honest when I told the truth, and I'll always stay that way. At the end of the day, My personal life is my personal life, but I was true, I was faithful, and I was never unfaithful. Okay, throughout on until divorce. Yeah. So just letting you know that. So don't listen to what people are saying. Okay. Not that I had to share that, but I wanted to, so that you know. Um, Kwame, thank you for what you're saying. Yeah. I want to also say to a lot of my queens and a lot of my kings, when you come to Africa, sometimes there are different pressures and that are put on you that may put pressure, on your relationship, but it doesn't mean that it's the end of you. Okay, yes, it's going to be hard. I've had my tears, believe you me. Okay, but I'm still here. I had to bounce back. I didn't want to desert you. I didn't want to leave you. You're my family. And even if I was given an ultimatum, I still would choose you. So my point I'm making is that Africa, this is my destination. This is my destination. I'm a Garveyite. I will always be a Garveyite. And I want you to, if you haven't watched the interview with Dr. Julia Scarvey, that's on the channel, please watch it. I'm going to apologize to you for not putting out a lot of content recently. I do apologize for, not posting as I usually post and not creating as much content. But to be honest with you, I needed a break after 3 years. I needed a break, and I really wanted to work on the book. And the book is really exciting, and it tackles, your emotions that you're going to feel when leaving, just like I had them. It tackles, the practical side of leaving, but it also tackles all the positive things. It opens your eyes. It opens your eyes, and I cannot wait, to have it published. I cannot wait to complete it and share it, because it's important, because I want to leave my indelible mark here. I don't want to just, come and go. I want BlaXit to be what it is, which is, your exit from the West to the best. Black people is your exit from the West, yeah, to the best. It's back to Africa. It is our return. I know a lot of people have said to me, oh, but, Juliet, you're missing out the Caribbean. What if we go to the Caribbean? I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you the truth. The Caribbean for me is where my ancestors were bought in chains. Africa is where we were taken from. And so that's where we should return to. Okay. Okay, so I love my queen since the teens. And it didn't work out with my first marriage to my queen in Ghana, but I know it isn't the end of the world. Yeah, it didn't work out for me either. But like you said, it's not the end of the world. I'm still here. I'm still here, and I'm still here, and still being a mom, which I love. This is my favorite job in the whole wide world, by the way, is being a mom. There's nothing better to me than being a mom, and also, loving my children. I'm so proud of all of them. Also, the achievements that they have had has just been remarkable. I've shared a few of them online. I'm not going to go into it now because I don't want to talk about it too much. But, if you haven't seen them, do watch a community page, because I do often, post and celebrate achievements, their achievements. So I just want to say a big get well soon. Also, there's a member of the team, BlaXit team, which is unwell and in hospital at the moment. So I want to wish you a big, big get well soon, and send you all my love, and, wish you a speedy recovery. And to the rest of the team, onwards and upwards. We will keep moving on, and doing what we can to improve BlaXit for you. The other aspects that I wanted to talk about was also the new estates that we have as well, which are going to be available for you to come and repatriate to. So there's Gunjur, and there is Rikama, at the moment. And there's also Sanyang, and I'm missing somewhere. My mind's gone blank. So anyway, I'll tell you about the rest. I think there's also and Kaloli and another area. Sorry. But I will remember soon. You know, I'm having a blank moment. But I just want to say thank you for staying with me. I will be coming live a lot more often, and keeping in touch with you a lot more often. And we are recording new content, new shiny, bright new content, mainly informational based actually content, and some investment opportunities. So remember that it is about your inward investment back. It's about your inward investment back into Africa. We have to invest in Africa. If we don't invest in Africa, everybody else will. And what happens to us? What happens to us? You can see already happening in African nations. So Africa is our home. Africa is our destination. Africa is our inheritance. Africa is ours. And we need to get involved, and we need to come home, own a piece of Africa, have a piece of Africa. This was, like I said, the house I'm living in was a piece of land that people laughed at me. Juliet, what are you talking about? What I saw was raw ground, you know, laughed at me and said, Juliet, you're crazy. But now look, this is my crazy. My crazy is living in my dream home. Yeah. I sold my home. And you know, I'm here and it's real and I'm living in it. This is not just this tuft of grass now. This is, you know, this is a house. So you can do it. If I can do it, anyone can, I swear to you. Yeah, if we work together, anything is achievable. Anything is achievable. Okay, Mystic Akhenaten. Yeah, he's fine. MJ's travel and lifestyle. Hi, Julia. I hope you're doing well. I was there this summer. I'm sorry we didn't get to meet. No, I'm really sorry. I had my head down. I had a lot of information. I had so much like stuff I was trying to research and do. And, you know, it was really hard because I kept getting distractions, which was pulling me away from what I was trying to do. So I'm sorry to everybody that I didn't get to meet up with. You know, this season will hopefully be different, and I would have finished this project. Yeah. And with regard to the Pan-African Cultural Institute, guess what happened? Someone actually came here and started a similar initiative, and I didn't want to bum out what they were doing. So we changed we had to change our plans. Because to me, you know, if you've got a project going, it's like a barbershop. I'm not going to go and open a barbershop next door to you. It doesn't make any sense. I should be bringing business to you. And this is one of the problems that we have. We you know, sometimes we want to compete. We don't need to compete. The only person we need to compete with is ourselves, to improve ourselves, to develop ourselves, to be better people ourselves. And yeah, I know I talk positivity and I probably won't get many views and many likes and many whatever. And to be honest with you, because, you know, it's like, BS is what gets views, and I'm not dealing with that. My modus operandi is different. My modus operandi is mission home. Come home. Africa is a mansion with many rooms. Choose one and return. Come look, come see, but realize that you have options here. Okay? You don't have to be there. You might not, in some countries, you have the same facilities as what you have in Europe. A colleague of mine lives in South Africa, and the facilities, you know, that they have there is some of them are even like, wow, it's amazing, right? So, and Ghana has some great facilities, you know. Gambia is on the rise as well right now. The infrastructure and development that is going on here is wild. So, like I said, you got a choice. I don't want to be, you know, sitting here trying to preach or to convince anybody. I'm just inviting you. I'm inviting you to have a life that you deserve. I'm inviting you to have freedom. And you deserve freedom. That's all I'm saying. You deserve freedom. And we can help you on the road to freedom. And that's all I want to do. Okay, I just want to help you on that road to freedom. Okay, and I just want to say I love you so much and I've missed you so much, but I will be back. If I could make this my regular spot, maybe Thursday nights, would you join me? Just let me know in the comments if you would join me, if I could make this like a regular spot, like every like 8 o'clock on a Thursday. If you would join me, can you let me know if that's okay? And then we can agree this, if this is a good time for you. So if you could just come in the chat and let me know, have a comment. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Thank you. That's one. Anybody else? You can just give me a thumbs up. That'll be fine. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's make a deal, and then you can tell me exactly what aspects you want to talk about with regard to your repatriation or my journey. Because, like I said, I've had my ups and I've had my downs, and I'm not going to pretend that they're not happening. I'm not pretending that I don't have any challenges. I'm not going to pretend, that everything's been perfect. It hasn't. But I would never swap it. Even if I won the lottery in England, I'd rather be here. You might think I'm crazy, but I would rather be here. I feel like I have won the lottery being here. That is the truth. I feel like, I won the lottery being here. You know? So any more? Everybody okay with Thursday? So any more comments? Any more comments? Just to say that Thursday's okay at 8 o'clock, and that I'll try and do it like once or twice a week because something is coming. And you know how it is. I don't want to get the channel down by going into too much detail, but let's suffice to say, yeah, something is on its way. And if you thought that having curfews and having flight restrictions, having work restrictions and being forced to have, certain jib jabs, was what was before, you're not going to believe what's coming. Okay. Okay. Thursday's great. Thank you. So you won't believe what's coming, and it's coming. So right now, I want to do these lives in preparation so I can help you and we can all help each other. If we have to build a commune, build a commune, but we have to do something. Yeah. Because you need to get out and you need to have food security. You need to have food security. That's all I'm saying, because this is an all-out attack. This is not about population depopulation. This is about wipe out nations. And so I'm telling you, okay, please prepare yourselves. If you're a prepper, prepare yourself. If you can get out, prepare. If you can group together as a family, group together as friends, group together, you don't even know each other, right? But do it and see what you can do and see if you can get out. Because it's not going to be good this time round. I'm sorry to say. I can't tell you what I know or how I know it, but I warned you before. If you remember rightly on BlaXit, you can go back. YouTube made me take down some of the content, but I did mention before, and I pre-warned you before, and I'm pre-warning you again now. Okay. Next year, the end of next year might be a very challenging year for many of you in the West. So please heed my words and let's start preparing now. Okay. Let's get you out, get you a land. Let's build a commune. Let's do whatever, but let's just get out. We have cheap land, so because it's repatriation land, the repatriation packages, so they're not market price. Okay. And I'm here for you. Okay, I'm here for you. And if there's any issues, I will try to resolve them. Okay. Real estate is not perfection by any standards in any country, let alone Africa. But we try to resolve whatever issues you might have, and I think that's what's important. Okay. Okay, so just keeping it real. Yeah, just sending my love to you. I can't even get off the live stream because I'm so happy to be here, but someone's been waiting for me for a long time now, so I need to go. I just want to say, I love you, love you, love you, love you so much. And thank you for supporting me. Thank you for standing by me. And remember, BlaXit is about your exit from the West back to the best, and that's Africa. Okay? And remember, we are one people. We have one destiny. Yeah. Make it your dream. Your dreams can come true. You know, visualize them. Do your manifesting board. Think about it, dream about it, make it happen. It will happen. Once you focus on it, you write your plan, you'll be amazing how it's like, whether you want to say God, universe, Allah, yeah, Jesus, whatever you want to say, it starts to help you and makes it happen. Your ancestors open that door for you, whatever you want to believe in. But all I'm saying to you is you have to believe in yourself first. Once you believe in yourself first, everything comes afterwards. Okay? And remember, the only way to eradicate racism, right, is to leave it behind and come live with your own kind. Love you. Bye.